I really don't have time to talk about, like, the worst days of my life.
Whoa, wow, the worst date of your life.
Hello?
Can I speak to Tony, please?
Yeah, this is Tony. Who's this?
Tony, what's up, dude? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. What's happened? How are you?
I'm good. Not bad.
That is polite, Tony.
Yeah, that is very polite of you.
Very nice.
Any idea why we might be calling you?
No, well, I've heard these updates on dates.
Yeah.
Are you guys calling about that?
Second date update.
Is that what you're calling for?
Yeah, somebody emailed us about you. Any idea who it would be?
I think so. It has to be this girl, Nicole, that I went out on a date with.
She wants to know why you ditched her after you came to see her performance of The Sound of Music.
Yeah. Did she tell you that it was sort of like an alternative sort of steampunk version? Did she mention this?
What?
So it wasn't a regular version of Sound of Music?
Are you like a Sound of Music critic where you could only watch the original?
I wouldn't say I'm a critic, but I know the movie. Did she tell you about every singing number that she had, what she did?
She told us that she was performing in The Sound of Music.
Yeah.
She told you to come watch it. You had plans to go out after, and you left, and she couldn't find you after the performance. That's all she told us.
Well, okay, and so it's at this kind of dark kind of club called the Rebar.
Oh, yeah.
In
I've been to the
Capitol
Rebar.
Hill. You know it? Okay.
Yeah, so it's like an adult version or something, whatever, punk music.
Yeah, except that every time she came out and did her numbers, and these are like, the sort of classic Julie Andrews songs, she went topless.
Whoa.
Okay.
It was a strip version of Sound of Music.
Uh-huh.
I think
Okay. I have to say something. I told him ahead of time it was a progressive version. Like I said, this is not. I told him.
Progressive could mean like different kind of music. You need to alert somebody that you're going to be topless.
I said.
I mean, this was like, Nicole, this was like the soft porn version,
No,
no. There wasn't anything artsy.
It's not like it was porn. I mean, I told you, it's not like it's not a Fifth Avenue show.
Right. But Nicole, like speaking from Tony's perspective, if someone were to go, hey, I'm performing this thing, it's pretty progressive, I'd be like, okay, cool, so like it's rock or something, and I showed up and you're topless, like you should probably alert somebody to the fact that you're going to be naked if they're coming to see you for the first time and they don't even know you.
Well, it's part of what the show is. Like I feel like it would take away from the whole point of what it's doing if I was to tell him ahead of time. It wasn't just to be like, this is like a pornographic version of Sound of Music. It's like there was a point, and I didn't want to. I don't know. I felt like I was ruining it, and I tried to like tell him. I tried in as many ways as I could to be like, kind of risque, cool.
Right.
He was like, yeah, totally, cool.
Tony, you went expecting to see a musical, The Sound of Music, and ended up in the middle of a boob show, which is fine.
It was totally gratuitous and unnecessary. It didn't make any sense. It doesn't work with the storyline. I mean, it just was bad.
Like now he's critiquing the script.
Yeah, thank you, Siskel.
Tony?
Yeah.
So you're pretty conservative then?
I don't know if I'm conservative, but The Sound of Music, man, it's sacred, isn't it?
It's like his
It's not
Holy Grail.
it's not even about him seeing boobs. Other person, it's like The Sound of Music. She just ruined The Sound of Music for me. Tony, I think the problem is you're maybe trying to date the wrong gender of people.
No, I like girls.
Okay, Tony, you're conservative and the boobs creeped you out, right?
Yeah, and leave The Sound of Music alone. You know what I mean?
Okay, we get it, Tony.
Okay,
It's
get
a
off The
classic.
Sound of Music.
Yeah, you love Julie Andrews.
All right. Tony, will you go out with her again on a second date? We'll pay for you guys to go out again.
Oh, you know what, guys? No, I'm sorry, man. Like, you should find Nicole somebody who wants to see that, but no, not for me.
Really?
I hope she finds somebody who wants to see her boobs. That's
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too. Yeah.
Well, Nicole,
Thanks, though.
I honestly, I'm not disappointed. I just needed to know why.
right.
Nicole, so, I mean, you're not upset, but at least you got your answer.
I got my answer.
Okay. Also, I'd like to come watch you guys rehearse. If that's a possibility. Anytime, just let me know.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Monica, please?
Speaking.
Monica, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry, who is this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay, how can I help you?
Do you know who this is?
Some type of a business? I guess, I don't know.
Yes, it is, sort of. It's Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5 radio show.
Okay.
I'm calling you, Monica, because you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners.
Okay.
And he emailed our show asking if we could get you on the phone to find out why you won't call him back for a second date.
Who are we talking about?
His name is Daryl.
God.
He says that you guys went out and had a few drinks together. He maybe had more than a few drinks. And the last thing he remembers is you helping him get into a cab.
Well, okay, yeah, that's what happened.
Okay. And he says that he's been trying to get a hold of you because he'd love to see you again, but you have not been returning any of his texts or phone calls. That's why we're calling you. We're asking if he did something wrong on the date and you don't want to see him again.
Well, yeah, honestly, guys, I really don't have time to talk about, like, the worst dates of my life.
Wow, the worst date of your life. Can you just give us a little bit of information?
I mean, he said some stuff that I just can't get out of my mind, and that just let me know he's not for me.
Monica, do you have a few minutes to just tell us what he said so that we can tell him not to ever do that again to another female?
Yeah.
Okay. We were having drinks. We were bantering back and forth. We were telling stories about, our worst dates and things like that on Tinder. And it kind of turned into like a one-up thing, So I would say something and tell him about the guy that, tried to grope my butt. And then he would say something. And then I would go back. And I said one thing, and he told me something that is just disgusting. He told me that he had chlamydia.
What?
How did he get chlamydia?
He told you like he currently has chlamydia?
Oh.
And not only that, he said he's had it like 3 times.
Wow.
Like, was it like a confession, or was it like he's trying...
Three different times.
Oh, no.
How did that come up? Did he just spit it out like that?
It was really weird. I think the alcohol had him, being a little bit more honest than he wanted to. So, he was telling me, and I told my story, and then he said, since he's been on Tinder, he's gotten chlamydia 3 times.
Oh, wow. All right, Monica.
That's awful.
Hey, completely understandable why you aren't calling him back and maybe don't want to see him again.
Can't get out of that one.
Yeah, once you tell somebody you have an STD on a first date, usually it doesn't end up very well.
Unless they've got it too. Really.
No wonder she said no to going home to pizza.
Yeah.
It was really weird because, I said, like, who still has sex without condoms, like in today's date? Who does that? And he said that he got a vasectomy so he could have sex and it would feel better. So he would rather have a disease than have kids.
And he also opened up to you that he had a vasectomy.
Oh, God.
Monica, if you could say one thing to Daryl to help him date better, what would it be?
First, don't lead with that you've had chlamydia 3 times. Like, that's not okay on the first date. And then secondly, just slow your roll. Like, calm down.
Monica, you kind of already just told him that because Daryl is actually on the phone listening.
Listen, I don't remember saying that to you, okay? I just want to move forward with this, and, whatever happens in our past is in the past.
Whoa. Slow down. We are moving forward. As soon as I put you in the cab, you move forward from my life.
Just pretend I didn't say that, and I just want to move forward. I don't care what happens in your past. You don't have to tell me everything. I didn't mean to. I don't remember.
Are you serious? Are you out of your mind? Are you really trying to have a future with me when you've already admitted to having chlamydia 3 times?
All I'm saying is there's more to me than you know.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to have a legit date.
Like other STDs?
Oh my gosh, Daryl.
I'm so sorry that you think that this is going to go any further. I have to be completely honest with you. You're the reason I'm off Tinder to begin with. So I'm over it.
You dropped Tinder after this date?
I'm completely done with it. Like, he was the icing on the cake, the cherry on top. He was like the stamp that closed everything up for me.
Daryl, why would you be so open about that?
I had an empty stomach.
That's not an excuse, Daryl.
Stomach.
Yeah,
got a lot
that
of
stomach is ruining your life, man. It's
my
making you get drunk on first dates. It's making you get chlamydia, all kinds of stuff. Monica, would you like to go out on a second date with Daryl? We will pay for
I
it.
think that I am very secure in my answer and saying hell no.
Yeah.
All right, Daryl. There you go, man. That's your answer. I'm sorry, no second date for you.
Yeah, all right.
Daryl, you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Well, I mean, I know you're not technically okay, but I mean, mentally, are you all right?
Oh.
Yeah, I'll survive.
Are you gonna?
Thanks, guys.
I mean, you realize that telling somebody that you have an STD on a first date could be a turnoff, right?
Yeah.
You sound kind of shocked still.
I realize that, but at least I don't have herpes.
Good point. You got something that can go away with some penicillin or whatever. You know what? I think we can all say that today.
Yeah.
At least we don't have herpes.
It's all about perspective.
Hello.
Hi, can I speak to Rachel, please?
Yeah, this is she.
Hey, Rachel, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. How you doing?
Fine. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for asking. I'm calling because you recently went out on a date with a listener of ours, and he liked you a lot, but you haven't been returning any of his text messages or phone calls. So he emailed and asked if we could call you and find out if something went wrong on your date.
Okay.
His name is Nicholas.
Yeah, I know Nicholas.
You know Nicholas, okay. Well, we talked to Nick about your date. He told us that you went to the chocolate factory and all that good stuff. And he also says that he's been trying to get a hold of you, but you're not responding to anything. Is there a reason why, or are you just busy?
Listen, I'm at work and I want to be really nice about this. So let me just say this. Nicholas seems like a really, really nice guy. And actually the chocolate factory was a really lovely thing to do. But all throughout the time that we were there, he just kept saying stuff like, oh, my ex-wife would never do this, and she would never enjoy it the way you've enjoyed it today, and that kind of thing. And
He talked about his ex-wife the whole time.
No.
yeah, pretty much. Like every other thing that we did, he was like, oh, she would never have tried this. You're so much cooler
That is
than her.
so
Oh my
annoying.
gosh, that is
Rachel,
such a bad move.
I know you're at work. Thank you very much for,
Yeah, no,
talking to
and
us.
listen, he's not a bad guy. It was just kind of weird and creepy that he kept bringing her up.
I had an ex-girlfriend like that, and one time we were at the drive-thru at Taco Bell, and she's like, this Taco Bell reminds me of Greg. And I was like, what? What? So I understand exactly how annoying that could be, especially on a first date, Rachel. Okay, so when I talk to him again, you want me to let him know that, hey, maybe don't talk about your ex-wife so much on a first date?
Yeah, and then here's the other thing. And again, super nice guy, but I got home, like he dropped me off. It was very sweet. And within like minutes, there was an email that he sent me saying, oh my God, I had such a wonderful time, which is fine. But then he started to list like all these different things that he had already looked up that he wanted us to try and do together.
Oh, so he was already planning the second date.
He planned out the next 6 months and just went totally overboard with what he sent me in the email.
So he talked about his ex-wife the whole time, and then he was a little too fast on just like, hey, man, we can do this and this and this and this. All things that my ex-wife didn't want to do. We can do all that. That's what he was like?
Basically, yeah. And again, I don't want him to feel like I'm trying to slight him or snub him. I just think that he needs to pull it back a little bit, not seem quite so eager. It turned me off.
Rachel,
nice guy, just don't want to go out with him again.
Thank you, Rachel. Appreciate you being honest with us.
Yeah.
And thank you for being honest with him, too, because he's actually on the other line and heard everything that you just said.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he is serious.
Yes, I am.
Oh.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi.
I really talking about my ex-wife that much?
Yeah, you really were.
I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was. But honestly, everything... She wouldn't have done any of that, and I thought it was so great.
No, Nicholas, stop. You're talking... Okay, I understand what you're saying, but kind of by doing that, you're talking about her again. Maybe just explain to Rachel that you cannot talk about her in the future if Rachel wanted to give you another shot.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I.
Just taking what I said.
Look, you're really, really sweet. I just think maybe you need to talk to someone about whatever feelings you haven't resolved over your ex-wife. It can't be with me, though.
Nicholas, is the divorce recent? Is that why you're still so stuck on it?
It was like 14 months ago. I'm not stuck on it.
Okay.
You
moved
brought
on
it up
completely.
on the first date.
And you just brought it up a second ago.
Yeah.
I feel like, Nicholas, maybe you're not ready to be dating.
It's okay.
I kind of agree with them, Nicholas. I think that maybe you need to, take some more time to get over this, because anyone who talks about their ex-wife throughout an entire date and then sends an email to someone saying, there's 3,000 things I want to do with you in the next 2 weeks, that's just kind of a bit much. Really. And I'm sorry, you guys, I'm trying so hard not to be mean because he's a nice guy. I don't want to go out with him again.
Yeah.
Wait, can you just stop saying you don't want to go out with me again? Because I've heard it 4 times now. And
See, Nicholas, it's not really fun to hear about something over and over and over again.
Yeah, but I don't think I was going over and over and over again. I don't recall that, and I didn't email you 3,000 things. I emailed you 3 things with 10 possible other things to do if those 3 things didn't work out.
Oh, Nicholas.
You're very organized, Nicholas. I'll give you that.
I think that part's kind of sweet. Can't you say he was just excited about seeing you again?
No. I just think it was a little bit too much, and I don't want to go out with you again. Stop. Sorry. Stop saying that.
Poor Nicholas.
I know, Rachel, you've already answered my question, but I have to ask it anyway. Would you go out with Nicholas again? We will pay for a second.
Don't ask her that. You already said it.
Poor Nicholas.
Could try in a different language
Yeah,
or
but
something.
I just wanted to make sure, Nick.
Yeah, I think we've already covered the bases. I think we're all pretty sure that she doesn't want to go out.
I haven't heard it from her yet, or have I not been paying attention?
Come on, Jubal.
So no date then, Rachel, right?
Nope.
Yeah.
Hey.
At least it wasn't the kiss that did you in. I mean,
And at least Jubal wants to go on a date with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jubal, you free tomorrow?
Send him 30 date possibilities and don't think about it.